problem that they elected him to address. Only 34% of voters approve of his handling cost of living, 64% disapprove. That's his second worst result in the poll, trailing only the Epstein files.
Wow.
44% of his defectors
exactly
are most upset about the economy.
Talking about here and what people mean when they say they're worried
56% are most upset about the Epstein files.
Tell us about that, Nate.
Of his defectors.
We asked people.
But I'm glad there's a category called Trump defectors,
and a majority of people.
That category needs to grow.
Call it a big ticket, middle class essential: healthcare, housing, education, children.
Defect
the sort of
from
things
Trump.
That if you can't afford them, you're no longer living a middle class life. They were less likely to call them regular or monthly expenses: food, utilities, transportation. Only about a fifth of people said that they couldn't afford those items. Now, it's worth noting, of course, that for lower income people,
a fifth of people's a lot.
Lower income people living paycheck to paycheck, they are being kept up at night over those regular monthly expenses.
It does strike me, though, Nate, that
of course we don't have any social safety nets that are any good.
Any president was going to solve those concerns.
Oh yeah, a socialist president would do it. Yeah.
Right?
Bernie Sanders would have done
that's right.
10 years ago.
I do think that there is
a real president who really represented the American people and the American will.
Voters think that
we would have had socialism by now.
Made things less affordable. I can imagine that if Trump had made some progress on these issues or was seen as focused on these issues, that his political standing would be much better, even if there was still a very long way to go before the ordinary 28-year-old could buy a house like we imagine and someone in 1970 could have. But I think you're right that the problems that we're talking about, education, healthcare, housing, childcare, and so on, these are long-standing problems. They're problems where costs have been going up even during periods of low inflation. And it's unlikely that they'll be addressed in Donald Trump's presidency, even if he was focused on them.
What this tells us,
hopefully his presidency will be over in a week or two.
People don't see him making enough progress or trying hard enough to have made a difference.
He hasn't tried at all.
Even in this short
all he's done is giving money to rich people.
Yeah, and I would also point out they think he's made these problems worse. So
yeah, he has made them worse.
Not doing enough to solve them, but I think he's making things more expensive too. And
he's squeezing everybody out of all their money.
65%
destroy the country.
That a middle class life was out of reach for most people.
Well, yeah.
And more than
65%,
say it's gotten harder to achieve that middle class life than a generation ago.
And the quarter who aren't saying that are just lying because they're sucking up to
making this problem
fantasy about Trump
is a really big deal. It means putting what people ordinarily expect out of their life and out of the life of most Americans out of reach for them.
We don't even expect it anymore. Trump's already ruined that much of America for the last 10 years.
About the kind of lives they want to live and how far they are from achieving them.
We're one Trump away.
We'll be right back.
We're one Trump away from living the American lives we want to live.
The Daily is supported
we get to a post-Trump world, we'll all be able to live the way we want to live.
Day, C's Candies features classic chocolates in festive boxes, prepared for gifting.
Check out my book, Cupid's Valentine's Party.
Shops
it's a good Valentine's gift.
C's.com.
Cupid's Valentine's Party by Andrew Harris.
Get to the heart of the stories shaping the world. For more on today's episode, go to nytimes.com/thedaily. Distribution of The Daily is made possible by American Public Media.
Gosh, I was going to see if there's anybody good in the chat, and then I saw who it was.
Inform and inspire, entertain, and engage.
Joe Rogan died?
Everywhere.
Well, who said the curses aren't working? Who doubted the curses? Y'all are some sorry-ass bitches. Joe Rogan was your leader. What fucking losers. The worst character on news radio was your leader. The second best fear factor.
Another treatment.
Retail shop, senior sales consultant.
Can I ask how much you're making?
I make $84,000 a year.
$84,000 a year can't survive.
$90,000.
You're gonna laugh. I made just over $20,000 this last year.
Is there an aspect of the economy or the cost of living that makes you most anxious right now?
I mean, honestly, the inability of people in my generation to afford housing.
Housing, food, and healthcare, obviously those are the three big ones.
Health insurance, car insurance, rent. Every paycheck is to bills only.
Definitely anxious about having children.
And with your income, do you feel like you're able to afford the life you want?
No, not by any means. I
Cool
feel like I can
jazz.
eventually, but definitely harder and more expensive than it once was. Seems like almost you gotta make a couple $100,000 now to have any chance.
These people make $80,000 a year and $120,000 a year. They make more than your troll ass.
A single family home, drive a decent vehicle, take a little bit of money away for retirement, and that seems kind of be far away from where we're at right now, unfortunately. If I'm receiving promotions and getting a
She
better
thinks my
pay,
Prius is
I should
sexy.
be feeling like I'm succeeding. I drive a 2001 Ford Focus. I shouldn't be driving a car from 2001.
I remember parents back in the early 2000s being able to get off work, go home, watch the news, have dinner, enjoy time with their kids.
Nature,
we are no
hope,
longer afforded that.
the goddess, peace. Okay. People whining about
so Nate, I want to
economy
ask you,
they
since
selected.
you've spent all this time parsing these numbers, what struck you about this group of Americans that are so on edge right now?
I think the thing that struck me most about it was that there was a really deep generational divide. Young people were just much more concerned about affordability and the ability to achieve a middle-class life than older people. Only 24% of our 18 to 29-year-old